Yo, it's Zone here from Ignite Within. I was watching this ape documentary the other day, like normal, and I was watching a chimp documentary this time, and it showed multiple like tribes of chimps, pretty much, and it was really interesting to see how they use tools differently and what they taught their children, they taught their families or whatever, was different from group to group. Even within the same area of chimps, which had like similar behavior, the different groups, the way they group up, the families or whatever you want to call them, they behave differently. The one, I remember the chimps were sitting there just cracking the little nuts open with the sticks, and then the baby was struggling to do it, and it was trying to figure out how to do it. It saw the other chimps doing it, and it was like, all right, I got this. And then the mom saw the baby struggling, and it came over, and all it did was just demonstrate it real quick. And it put the stick in the chimp's hand the right way, where it's supposed to be. And then it just walked away and left. And the baby chimp started trying different ways over and over again, but it only did it the way that the mom corrected it. The mom literally corrected the baby chimp's behavior to get it to behave in the way that is conducive to its survival in that environment. There was a culture. The other group of chimps, they used sticks and they stuck it into the dirt to catch ants. Completely different. This other group, they didn't even eat ants. What they ate was different from location to location. The way they behaved, the one group was having sex constantly. The other one was violent. They ate other animals. And it just got me thinking about culture. And how culture is really just this thing that we can just create. We accept our current culture because we've been conditioned. Those chimps in the one environment, they accept that this is how it works here because that's how they've been conditioned, that's how they've been programmed since birth. But we can actually manufacture a new culture at any time. So the one chimps, like most apes, the men are the leaders, but the one group, the females were the leaders. And that was very interesting to see that extreme difference in a culture. And what I've been thinking about is, so recently I've been starting to get on top of my habits. I've been getting all my good habits down, and I'm really feeling good, and I'm feeling a lot of progress. And one of the biggest things that is going on right now is I'm keeping in contact with my brother and people who are doing similar habits. It's so easy. It's so much easier to do this stuff when you have someone or other people to look at and model your behavior off of them. That's just how we have evolved. And when there's actually a culture around you, around those good habits or whatever you're trying to do, that's the easiest way to do it. And this is really what Ignite Within is all about. It's about this whole idea that if, like, there's so many times that I could try to do something, and I'm sure any of you can relate, where you try to do something and you're starting to do good, but then you kind of feel like you get dragged down by your environment, the stuff that's going on, other people who just aren't in the same mindset. You see them, and sometimes you're like on a level where it's like no one else is doing it, and you start to question, even subconsciously, maybe not consciously, but even subconsciously, you start to question, am I even doing the right thing? Like, no one else is doing this. Like, you're trying to eat healthier, but everyone's eating McDonald's. It kind of drags you down. So what I've noticed is that anyone can recognize that it's way easier to do this stuff when other people are doing it. So the concept is that if you want to do something, make a change in your life, make a change in the world, pretty much exert your will, then it's going to be very important to inspire other people and then be around people that inspire you, because it goes in like a cycle. So if this person is starting to get these habits down, and then they inspire me to start following their lead, doing what they're doing, then I'm going to start doing that stuff. And then it's going to make it easier for them. So what I'm saying with Ignite Within, the original name was Ignite Us Within, but I felt like Ignite Within would be better branding. But Ignite Us Within, I'm saying you all need to ignite us all within. Like, I'm saying to you, ignite us, all of us. Like, inspire us. Light that flame in our bellies, in our chests. And make it so that we actually feel this stuff. Like, you can really get this motivation, just can cultivate it from within yourself. And that's what happens when you're in a culture like that. When you're in the wrong culture, you cannot thrive. We have to build a culture. We have to come together and build this culture where we are honing our crafts, where we are trying to become the best people we are, the best people we can be. So, I was reading The Republic by Plato, and he talked about the different types of societies. The whole book itself is them having a conversation trying to figure out what the best society would look like. And there's a part where he's talking about the different types, and he's talking about a monarchy. He's talking about kings. And when they talk about the societies, they talk about it in a way that the city, they're talking about the city. The city itself is a reflection of the individual, and the individual is a reflection of the city. So if the individual in the society is a king, then it's a king society. And in the king society, there would be like a king on top, and then this is like the rightful king. This is the person who has everything together. They are a warrior. They're healthy, fit. They are poetic, musical, philosophical. They have everything perfect. They do all the... They live the most just life. They are righteous. And they get exalted as a king. They get risen up to the point of being the king. And the city is glad. The king doesn't steal from them, doesn't tax them. The city is glad to pay this king because this king is the right person to be there. They're all kings themselves, so they know to do what is just, and what is just is for this person to be king. And I'm not saying that like the best, I'm not saying like I personally think the best society necessarily has to be like that, but it was very interesting to see this concept of just kings. He was saying they were saying pretty much this is the best one. And it can devolve from that into worse and worse and worse types of societies. And it was just cool to see this whole idea that in the king society, the individuals are kings. And when they talked about them being kings, they meant they're ruling themselves. They have complete and utter control over their behaviors, their actions, their thoughts. They control their lives, and they are living just. So, I want to start creating a culture like this, because for me, I can't live this just trash life. I can't live just the trash life. Like, I I've experienced how much happier you are overall when you actually start to do the right things and you start to progress. You start to have energy and do all the right things. So I want to keep doing it. And the only way that we can do this is if we do it together. We have to start building this culture. So I want to start doing this. I want to challenge you to start working on yourself. Get other people to join you. Go up to people and correct their behavior. Like, tell them, yo, do this. Ask them, yo, are you doing this right? Because we need to make it where it's like, this is the standard. The norm is to be a baller in everything that you're doing. Because if that's the norm, it will not be hard. You will not be, there's no, man, this is a struggle. This is a struggle to do this. I do this journaling stuff. I made a video about it. So many people try to do it, but they can't stick with it. I've been doing it since March 14th now. I've been doing it every day. And it's not like a magic pill or anything, but it's just a simple fact that most people can't tell themselves like, oh, this is what I want to do, and then do it. They'll be like, I want to do this and this and this. The next day they do none of it. And they can't even just take the journal and write it down. You don't, not even necessarily doing it. I've been writing it down every day, but that doesn't mean I've been doing everything. But people can't even write it down. That just shows you how messed up our culture is. I want to get in a culture where it's a given. Like, if you're not doing that, you're the freaking loser, you're the outcast. Like, I want the norm to be that we're really doing the best and giving the best we can to what we're doing. So I'm thinking about making some kind of group. If anyone's interested right now, like, honestly, we could do just a group chat or something on social media. Hit me up on Instagram if you want to. I'll have it in the bio. But I'm probably going to try to make like an official like app or something or website where it's a group and it has just advice, tasks, mantras, all kinds of just positive stuff that is helpful. And then it'll just have a part where we can just post and just show each other what we're doing so that you're constantly being exposed to this positive and right action. And if you need advice, you need help, we can talk to each other. So I'm thinking about making this group. If anyone like thinks it's a good idea, comment, tell me that you're interested, and I'll really start getting to it. Cause I think that is like if you're still watching this video to this point and you're hearing this and you're not thinking like, wow, this is an excellent opportunity, then you need to wake up, because that is an excellent opportunity. So right now, I've been texting my brother, and he will like tell me, yo, I just did this workout, boom, 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 did this, got this success, bang, 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 success. He just keeps telling me about his successes, and I am literally doing everything so much better than I was like 3 weeks ago. 3 weeks ago, I was freaking like watching Netflix. Now that I'm seeing his success, it just gets my brain thinking right. Like, we are social beings, and when you see other people doing this stuff, it makes it so much easier. I was in literally the worst period of my life, and I didn't delete my Twitter. I made a new Twitter, and I only follow people who were really I really felt like were my close friends. And other than that, I follow people who were posting positive stuff. Even if you were my friend and you weren't posting positive stuff, I either muted you or unfollowed you. Like, I couldn't follow anyone who was posting anything negative. And instantly, it's like when you sometimes you hear this advice and you don't, because you haven't tried it, you don't realize how impactful it is. When you do some of these life changes, it is not, it's like a week. Give it a week and you will see the most stark results. I started to expose myself to just more positive thinking and people who are just doing the right stuff, and bang, there I am already moving up, like I'm already doing better. So this is really like something I'm trying to do. Seriously, comment, talk to me if you were interested in doing this. I will do all the work to get it set up so that it is perfect if people are interested in it. And yeah, let's just change this society we're living in. There's too many zombies, too many people living in a dream. We need to have people who are alert, people who are driven and really giving themselves, because when you're living like that, everything gets better. You could say there's no point, but dude, just look at all the messed up stuff in the world. A lot of it is because of laziness or sloppiness or just this stuff that, if you have this king mentality, this warrior mentality, this go-getter mentality, it just, a lot of these issues wouldn't exist. If you are living like a king, you are doing what is just. And what is just means you're doing what is going to be best now, tomorrow, and forever. For you and for everyone. So if everyone is doing that and living and making those kind of decisions, and they're applying themselves and building themselves up, just imagine how much better things would be. Most people are not thinking like that. Most people are not thinking what is the best thing to do. They're doing what feels the best. This is me too. I'm guilty of this. That's why I want to make this group, so that I can start doing things better. I can start doing the best things for the world and for myself forever, for always, for all time. At the end of the day, you can still say, man, it's still kind of pointless, but bro, we're still alive. Like, this is real right now. This is real life. So let's live it. Let's enjoy what we've been blessed with. And I'm saying that's about to be it for this video.